truth about the carnivore diet. Stay tuned. And perform. So just keep that in mind. So pretty much the summary is get your micronutrients. Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about 6 to 5 things about the carnivore diet. We're going to talk about why all we're going to talk about all meat diet, how it's not beneficial. Of course, from the starting phase, it might be beneficial to you because you have good benefits towards it, but it might not be as beneficial in a long-term sense. During these videos, I like to talk about topics and go into more detail. These podcasts are not 30 to a minute, 30 to an hour, of course, but they're shorter so you can get quick information, but they're simpler. But I had to give a quick warning. Just because I list like 6 things, 5 things, or like 5 top things, is not just 5 things. It could be more to it. It could be psychology into it. It could be, it's so much detail and things you can talk about with these type of things, like vegan diet, like carnivore diet, like nutrition in general or training. It's not just 5, but it's like 5 to 6 specifics that I list. So you just want to give a brief disclaimer. You might have to research more if you want more detail. So I would suggest go to MindPump. MindPump has a lot of information. The best fitness podcast out there. They're backed by studies, and also they have their PhD. They have a lot of experience. So yeah, go check them out in the description below. But anyways, let's get to it. So what is the carnivore diet traditionally? So carnivore diet is pretty much all meat diet. So you're not getting no fruits, no veggies, no carbs, nothing, just all meat. Keto diet, which you have more meat and barely any vegetables, the traditional one, is very similar, but the keto diet, you want specifically more fats. With the carnivore diet, you just want just meat in general, any type of meat, chicken source, anything that's meat in general. But we're going to get into it later on after this video about the pros and cons of it. But let's just get into the next topic. Why will people fight you about it in politics? So there's a lot of politics about diets now, like, oh, the Democrats are probably vegans or some shit like that. The Republicans are like carnivores. You probably hear it maybe, red is like carnivore, blue is like vegans, liberals is like keto people. I don't know. There's a lot of funny stuff to this type of debate, and I won't suggest go with a diet because of politics. This is just a funny topic, but I suggest go with a diet that might actually help you, or might follow because it's simpler, not because what someone else or Aunt Sally said it worked for her. And guess what? Aunt Sally gained the weight back. So try to really pick what diet will work for you. And why people will fight about this is going to the next 4 topics, but they're probably going to fight with religious, it helped them in their life, or it's just they think it's like the most amazingest thing because that's what they know. So we're going to talk about in these next topics. We're just going around. So number 4, is it sustainable? Oh no, number 3, change people's lives, religious practice. This is what I mean by number 2. A lot of people, like, a diet is pretty much religious purpose, like fasting, for example. I talk about fasting, you can see on my video right here. Fasting, our ancestors used to do a long periods of fast because maybe there's no food, or maybe staying away from food. Keto, any other diet, could be a religious purpose. People will talk about it, fight with you, because that, for them, that's their religion. That's disrespectful, you talking down to them. For me, I didn't do a carnivore diet, but I did a keto diet. So it's similar, but I had some fruits and veggies. I did it my own way. And it was beneficial in the sense that I ate more healthy foods and I actually got more protein in. So in a sense it's beneficial, but to tie it to a religious practice, people like to do it for religious reasons, like maybe they just eat on meat, they don't want to eat plant products, or there's a lot of religious to it. So it is what it is. It's also, it changed people's lives also. So if someone lost 100 pounds doing the carnivore diet because they have protein and it's satisfying macronutrients, and they eat less of all these processed foods, processed bullshit, and eat more whole foods, they most likely change their life because of that. So they will fight you, of course, and honestly I don't blame them, because, well, they changed their life and have an attachment towards that diet, that thing they do, because they practice it every day. Religious is the worship that you would worship something. For example, a lot of people worship God. So, for example, a lot of people worship science. You know, religious practice is worship something, but repetition. So, same thing with diet, same thing with anything else. That's a religious practice to them. And if you disrespect by saying, you know, carnivore might not work for me, some people will take that as offense. So, yeah. Is it sustainable? No, you're missing micronutrients. You need balance. So what I mean by that is you're missing a lot of micronutrients, because the traditional carnivore diet, you won't have veggies and fruit in it, and if you do, you're not doing the carnivore diet technically. That's what people online would say. For me, I don't really care what you do. If you eat mostly meat and have some veggies and fruit, do that instead, because the problem with that, people who typically eat the carnivore diet in the long-term sense will have micronutrient deficiencies. And micronutrients, not just having micronutrient deficiencies, it could be also lack of sleep, hormone imbalances, problem internally, building less muscle, losing less fat, gaining fat, like losing muscle because you have a micro deficiency. So even though you might have a micro deficiency, it can lead to those things. And what I mean by balance, add the piece of fruit, add the vegetables. Vegetables will help you with micronutrients. If you don't like vegetables, trying to make it taste good. Same thing with fruit. Typically people like fruit because it has sugar in them. It's good sugar in there. Eat all the fruit you want, as long as you're eating a good diet. And typically carnivore will lead you to that, because it's only just meat. It's simple. You eat meat. Of course, calories, yeah, make sure your calories are okay, but also it's just meat. Then yeah, do that, but also add micronutrients. Micronutrients are so important. It will help you with hormones. If you don't have micronutrients, you might not build as much muscle, or might even lose that much fat. And if you lose weight on the scale, that's just weight. We don't know if that's muscle or fat. If you lose 30 pounds, you lost 15 pounds of muscle and 15 pounds of fat, you didn't really go anywhere. That's a really bad ratio. You're probably fatter than before because of your fat percentage. So just keep that in mind and try and really get micronutrients. And also, supplement powder will help during this time if it's hard for you to even eat fruit or veggies. But I really recommend eating the real thing and just suck it up and try to make it taste good for you. Number 5, why does it work initially, and will it work in the long term? So this is back to the point of number 4. It will, in number 3, it will work initially because you see a consistent weight drop. You might talk about it, or your family member might talk about, like, oh, I did keto and I lost 10 pounds in 1 week. It's because of the water and glycogen. If you eat a lot of meat, which is no carbohydrates, then it's telling the body not to store any water weight. So if you go on a week of not eating no sugar or carbohydrates, then initially your body is going to drop a lot of weight. Weight means total mass on gravity. So if you have the scale weight that doesn't specify muscle or fat, then if you lose 30 pounds, especially in the time frame, you most likely lost a lot of muscle, especially if you didn't account for micronutrients or sleep. So I just wanted to clarify that even though you lost probably 10 pounds of weight on the scale, and that's probably motivation to you because, oh my god, I lost 10 pounds, you gotta be careful because of the micronutrients. You might not gain as much muscle because you're lacking that. The good thing about carnivore, you're eating protein. Will you eat enough? Maybe not, because you can't eat maybe 150. You're probably a female, so 120 pound female that can't eat 100, 110, 150 grams of protein. That might be hard for you, but it does lead you in the direction, so that's good. It will work initially because you got that external motivation. Oh my god, I lost 10 pounds, I want to lose 20, you know. But if you chase this number on the scale weight, and it's always going to go back to the scale because it's the most common factor with people, then most likely you will chase that number. Then that would be like, oh shit, my metabolism is slow. I eat less calories. Oh, I eat a piece of cake and then I feel like it sticks to my frame. Oh my god, I'm gaining weight at 1500 calories, you know, stuff like that. And that really can damage you over time, and in the long term you will be missing that micronutrients. I'm telling you, the vegetables, that fruit will make a difference over time. The hormone imbalances, man, even though your sleep might be amazing, you still need a supplement with that. At least take a supplement powder. That'll be better than nothing. But still, same thing with everything. Eating the real source than taking something will be better. Doing the real task like fitness than doing these 30 minutes ab workout that you barely do every day might not do as much compared to going to the gym 3 times a day and just training. So just doing the real thing will work over time better, and that's what I would suggest. Number 6, why would having no sugar help you with weight loss? So sugar will carry a lot of calories, and sugar, now we know, is associated with processed foods and also other external factors. I'm not talking about fruit and fructose. That's good. I don't care what the comment section say. Eat all the fruit, eat all the sugar. What really is going to kill people, really set them back, is not eating the fruit and gaining the body fat. What's really going to kill them is actually eating the processed food, the cupcakes, the things that you can easily overeat. If I have a client who's overeating on not just cupcakes, let's talk about something else, cakes, pastries, whatever, anything with sugar in it, then most likely it's not the fruit itself. If they're not eating even one serving of fruit, most likely is the processed shit they're consuming. So why will having no sugar help you lose body fat? I say weight, but body fat most likely is because there's no extra calories. There's a study out there, people typically consume 500 calories to even 600 calories over their maintenance calories because it's more palatable. Like if I give a Pop-Tart, 4 Pop-Tarts versus 3 medium-sized potatoes, of course someone would say, hey, let me eat the Pop-Tart, of course, because who wants to eat 3 sized potatoes for most people? But if they eat both, let's just say, they eat both, obviously eating the potatoes, the 3 medium-sized potatoes, will be harder than eating the 4 Pop-Tarts. And sugar, it goes to your glucose fast, bloodstream faster, which turns to glucose, and is more palatable. Also, we're not even accounting for the texture, the taste, and the over-eating, the marketing, and many other factors of over-consuming. So sugar will add extra calories over time, and we'll have a problem with this. Calories in, calories out can go so far, so I like to say that, but at the same time, in specifics, if you slow your metabolism down, and even if you're tracking everything, you're eating 1,500 calories, calories in, calories out is bullshit by then. It might be your maintenance slow, you're building less muscle, or your body just adapts to that. That could be another factor of that. So it's not just calories in versus calories out, it's also what's happening to your hormones. Is your body adapting? Because if it's calories in versus calories out, then sometimes, well, you should be dead on 1,500 calories. Then you should be dead in lower calorie range, 1,000, if it's so simple as calories in versus calories out. That's not necessarily true, because your body will adapt and it'll slow down so you don't die. So it's not just calories in versus calories out. That's just my pet peeve. But that's really it. We're going to talk about the summary. But before I talk about the summary, I just want to give a disclaimer. I don't hate carnivore. I think it could be good in the short term just to get a better diet and balance. But what I would suggest to a client or do something with somebody is actually add some fruit, probably 2 servings of fruit a day, add at least 1 serving with vegetables, or 1.5, or have a serving of vegetables but with a supplement powder. At least get some micronutrients. Micronutrients will play a big role than macros, and I would specifically focus on macros because we can know how many calories you're eating, but I don't know how many macros. I don't know how many fats, carbs, protein you're eating, or really protein or fats. The essential amino acids, the essential fats, we don't know. So I'll say track macros and see where your micronutrients lays as well. Most likely hitting good micronutrients if you're eating a little bit more fat and also a little bit more healthy carbs like vegetables and potatoes. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, that's it. Summary: we talk about why should you have no sugar, that because it can lead to extra calories, and it also leads to fat loss, not just weight loss, fat loss, because not the extra calories, and other factors. Why does it work initially? Because the total weight loss, like keto, I lost 10 pounds in 1 week. Aunt Sally's told me that. That can be good motivation. Well, not the best motivation, but that can be motivation for you to do later on. But then it slows down. It's not the best in the long term. Well, because you got many factors of psychology, eating the same thing. It's not healthy. You're losing too much muscle, so you're actually fatter when smaller. So, yep. Number 4, is it sustainable? No, you're missing micronutrients. I don't care how you say it. If you're just eating solely meat, and maybe you put eggs in there, which I don't think, no, not eggs, milk. I only think you can have milk in a carnivore diet, but if you put milk in there, you're still missing micronutrients. And also changing people's lives, religious practice. People probably change their life on carnivore. They might lose 100 pounds, 200 pounds. They practice this like a religion. It might be in the religion. So, stuff like that, people will probably nitpick you because, oh my God, why you say carnivore is bad? it is bad to a certain point, especially if you do the traditional way, how people say on social media, eat only meat, nothing else. That's going to be bad, and that's going to lead probably to a slow metabolism, and later on, you have to fix that. So, yeah. Why would people fight you about it? Politics, that could be because, funny stuff like that. That was just one that drew in there. But also because it can go to religious, it also can go to debates, Everything is a debate sometimes, so that could be another reason. And the traditional carnivore, last one. Traditional carnivore is pretty much eating all meat, no dairy, no vegetables, nothing, at least I'm aware to. What I would suggest to a client, if you're going to do carnivore, have some fruits, vegetables, micronutrients, at least. And that's pretty much a balanced diet at that point. But still, you want something in there than just having no fruits and veggies. Then you're missing those micronutrients. And that's not me just saying missing the micronutrients. That's me literally saying, like, if you miss those micronutrients, you're going to have probably skin problems, hair problems, sleep problems, many other problems than just missing micronutrients. So I'm giving you a reason. And if you don't trust me and giving you this reason, then look it up yourself. Literally a quick Google search will tell you, yeah, you're gonna miss micronutrients. Even though, you might have B12 on that meat source, you're not gonna have vitamin C, or you're not gonna have that Pacific, or you're not gonna have potassium. You need these micronutrients to feel your body and perform. So just keep that in mind. So pretty much the summary is get your micronutrients. Well, that's it for today's video. Today's episode 28 of the podcast. My name is Drake, or NoBSNutirition. I'm doing my CPT training, so maybe I'll become a personal trainer. So wish me good luck. 100 people subscribe to my podcast, so thank you guys for the support. Thank you so much. I'm going to be posting these regularly every Monday, one podcast a week, one YouTube short every day. So 6 days a week, one YouTube short, maybe 2, and a podcast every single Monday, trying to just promote. If you guys want to comment below, please comment for the algorithm. I just need to post my videos more often, get that up there, Check out my other videos. I talk about fasting, I talk about keto, I talk about training, I talk about nutrition. Check those out. Thank you guys. Goodbye.
And I'm getting mighty tired of your trifling ways and of listening to that jackass Bray.